Alright, welcome back to BSG 2019. Let's get ready for some Animorphs. It's going to be quite a ride. 100% if I'm correct.
Hello everyone, my name is Jim. I can't tell you my last name, that would be too dangerous, because the Earth is actually invaded by some aliens, some evil slugs, that go into the head of their hosts, that are parasites, and then they wrap themselves around the brain of their hosts and control them. And that's what they call controller. And we have 5 human kids that fight against it, the Animorphs, including an Enderlight, came to Earth to save us, and they have the power to morph when they acquire the DNA of some animal and use these morphs, power of the Earth, to fight the aliens. And for this we will go then right into the mission. Think that's a good idea, or what do you think with that?
Absolutely. Let's see. It's you versus Chapman, the cops, a bunch of Hawk for here, and Texans. And worst of all, that creep, Visser 3. All you can do to fight them is turn into a dog and bite their ankles. It's like being stuck in the most impossible video game ever invented.
Yeah, it is. Kind of. But I'm pretty good at video games. And with that we start. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I hope it's better remembering some other stuff.
Yeah. That's some good acting.
That was good, Jim. Well done.
Some book referencing to the video games.
So yeah, we have here our dog morph. That's the basic in this game, and we acquire morphs here not by laying our hands on it and concentrating on the animal. Here we have to beat them, and then we get the animal morph, but not on Hawk by Ear morph, because that's our animals, they heal us. But we got to get the monkey, which is a very good basic morph, but our RNG is not helping with the health here. Sometimes it goes fast, sometimes it goes slow. Okay, we have to save the animals in this mission. First we have to calm down the snake here, which is in the pet shop and doing quite some trouble. And we calm it down by beating it, which would you normally do when you acquire the morph. And we use the snake to move a bit faster here through the level. But we have to demorph to talk to humans and continue the mission. So we solved that problem. Now we have to go to the gardens. The gardens are amusement park, zoo kind of combination. And the entrance normal is locked, so we have to find back entrance here. And beat this Hawk by Ear again. Animals, enemies. Hawk by Ears are alien species that are enemies here, because they are controlled by Yerks. They actually peaceful species, but being controlled by the Yerks, they are used as stormtroopers to invade other planets, which the Yerks do quite often. And I will save here, because the game is using a password system, and you can temporarily store the password at some points that you get into the memory. And the kangaroo is not really friendly to our dog, so the dog is down with health, which normally you can heal it by beating a Hawk by Ear, but I think it's a bit too down and it's probably just dying right away. But I'm using the kangaroo to get the wolf, because I never can dodge it. And the wolf is also not very friendly to our kangaroo. So we try the monkey. Monkey can do a climb to defense first, so we get hit less. And then we hope with bite to get through. And we deactivate some transmitters that make the animals crazy here. And another Hawk by Ear. But we beat with the monkey now. Then try to dodge some chimpanzee, but he walks right into me. So I'm beating him as well. Also acquiring from off.
Are these just normal animals?
These are just normal animals in the zoo. We're just in the zoo now. and you can use every one of them. Fling is sometimes not successful, and then sometimes he runs right into you, so I'm beating it again. Which can heal the first mob, but it's already full. So you have no. Not a dog using here. Okay, just try to dodge the kangaroo. They're normal animals, but they still can beat you hard up. They fight him back when you want to acquire them. Another hawk barrier. In the way, they are invisible most of the time, for some reason. Not really sure why. I mean, they have to go undercover. Normally they're not open street, but there are some public places here. And we try to acquire the elephant, which is a really strong move. Which you could expect from such an animal. I actually should have used the chimpanzee first. But I'm hoping that the monkey does it for us. And we can't acquire more than 5 morphs. So I will forget the snake. Because that's just fast. And not very helpful otherwise.
What's included in 100% then?
100% in this case means also the any percent category. For 125% category run most of the time includes all 5 missions. And 100% is just 4 missions. The first 4. So all missions. Acquiring all animals is another category extra. And I'm acquiring the bat because our next go is to chimpanzee. Alrighty. I have too many animals. It's getting quite good. Okay. We have to go in the bat cave, and for this to enter, we have to use a bat. So some animals you acquire just because to get at some places. Others you use for fighting. So we acquired some animals here, full team. So that should work out. I'm going into this laboratory or something where they have some animals caught for some reason. Sockbarrier has a bit more HP than the other ones, so I'm a bit worried about this one, but the other are just normal and getting beaten quite easily. And we always get food to heal our dog, but everyone has full health already, so for the last fight, every mission ends with a big boss fight. It's good to have a healthy team. You can't acquire these animals for some reason. I'm not sure what's different on that. So we're a bit stuck here in this room after this part. And I get a password because maybe we might reset here because the end fight is just a stronger enemy, in this case a Texan. Sometimes also Hawk Barrier appears as a end boss and is stronger than everything else you saw. And this is one of the mini games they have in this game. They have in all 3 games they have this kind of flying auto-scrollers and transport missions where you use some animal. And this game is not really a bad cave. I don't know what's hanging from the floor here over the ceiling. A bit reminds me of book maybe 10 where they tried to steal some crystal from Yerks. They also used the bat because it could fly very well through some laser traps. So you can think that they got some ideas, a lot of ideas I think from the books, and put it into this game. If you read them. But locations are also something that you recognize, like the gardens. Always a place where the Animorphs got some morphs, and now we have the Texan, and we just hope to hit a lot of time. Oh, the Bat Lot did a lot of damage, okay. The Elephant is punching, hopefully for 30. Oh, it's working good, okay. The rest of the team should do this. Sometimes it just stops to landing hits. Let's see. A bit more defensive fight here for the monkey. It's just A-mashing at this point. You have to choose the right move. some of them are more effective, make more damage, but still, okay, we bait the first mission. Deactivate first stuff. First mission was with Cassie, now we're with Jake. Jake is kind of a leader of the Animorphs, and we need the mouse for later. Also, morph to get into some place where else don't get into. And we have to find a Chondrona and destroy it here. And we know that our school principal, Chapman, that was mentioned earlier, is a high-ranking Yerk. So you can assume that he might be into some, or has some secrets. It's a bit frightening to have an alien-controlled school principal in the books. But now we're in the school.
While you're running around in school, do you have time for a quick donation?
Yeah.
Alright, we have a €5 donation from Bad Love Bear. Awesome to see speedrunning, awesome to raise donation for the Dutch Cancer Society. Kill the Knights. Thank you so much.
Okay, we the office of Chapman was closed, so we have to get the key or into the secretary. The secretary is also closed, and we get. Normally there's an yeah. That's why have no idea why we have no idea why these are invisible here. So we got a key for the secretary from this Hawk by ear, which was hidden in the toilet. You can find out that you need that key. How to find it in the toilet, I have no idea. I have to read some text to get through this in a casual way. But yeah, we're in the secretary now. People are still in there, for it was probably closed beforehand. So we talk to the bias, which is the Hawk group, because he got stuck in one of the morphs. If you're too long in a morph for more than 2 hours, then you're stuck in that morph, so you have to be careful of your time. No time limit in this game. Don't know if I would play around here for 2 hours. Yeah. Okay, we have to get into Chapman's house. In the Chapman's house, we get by the cat, which is called Flubber, and we got the cat out with the mouse. Now we acquire the mouse, the cat, Flubber McKitty, and with Flubber, who's known in the house, we can enter the house. Which is how they did it in book 2. And yes, some books here on the side, so.
A lot of books. But not quite all of them.
Do we have book 2?
Start of a series.
Is this book?
Yeah, it should be numbered, so.
The Visitor.
It's actually the cat on the book cover with Rachel morphing into it.
Brilliant.
It's just the wrong cat color, so. Got it right in reprint. Okay, careful, because every little fight here in this mission has killed me already before previous attempts. I have no idea why, because they should be normal Hawk by ears, but for some reason in mission 2 I die quite often in all of his normal fights, but not so far. Okay, works good. So we got a disc with some information. We have to get the information from this alien disc with some help from our alien friend, which is an Andalite. The Andalites are actually fighting against the Yerks and try to help us. The problem is they are a bit too far away to really come, and the last attempt wasn't successful, besides giving the Animorphs the power to morph, which was given them, they saw crash landing Andalite, and got from him during his last breaths the power to morph. And since then they are fighting on their own. And this hardware is not friendly. Oh boy. I'm actually don't like this without a dog, so morphing here back.
Oh no.
Game over, and continue with my password that I save every now and then with select here. when I get a password, and I can't go back in the menu normally, so I have to game over. That's why I did that. That's my that's the kind of safety save. Don't reset the game. You lose the password then. Okay, we are in the circus. The circus has trouble with a lion that is crazy. So we have to calm down the lion. The lion has to be calmed down by beating it, and now we need some morphs to beating it. It's also a strong morph for the end boss, so it's helpful.
So do moves have some kind of accuracy? Because sometimes it looks like moves miss, or how does that work?
They have a chance to miss. They miss quite often. And I need some morphing space here. People shouldn't be on screen. There are no explanations of how exactly this works, but Fluffer is normally quite strong against the lion. Very strong cat. Doesn't matter if it doesn't completely work out. But a cheetah should hopefully do the rest. Can heal up a bit later. Okay. Good. We acquired him. And help them. Okay. New password. And now I'm going with the lion because I'm also acquiring the elephant. A lot of strong morphs here in the circus. I hope that also works. Because the battle system is quite RNG heavy, and this is not working good for the lion. Oh boy! I'm actually more likely to go back to my previous save because I would really like to have a lion and elephant as a team working together. Did a mouse beat him? Didn't care it because I wouldn't have cared if I would have game over. So
Mouse beats the elephant.
So we have to stay undercover and morphing publicly. Okay, we're back here. And my dog was just beaten. That's the kind of luck in these fights. Sometimes with sword warriors are... He beats my whole team right now. That's how all the other earlier fights normally went at some point for me. It's a normal hog warrior. We beat all of them first try in the first mission, but in mission 2 seems to be a higher chance to get beaten from my experience. Just unlucky here. Okay, see, no hit by the hog warrior first time. The manual talks a bit that you can do defensive moves to confuse your opponent to make it less likely to get hit, but there's no real explanation of it. Wanted to talk to... Yeah. Bit confusing the order now. But if RNG helps a little bit, then shouldn't really matter. Well, it doesn't. Then we could just calm down the lion and get the elephant, but it's also basically here a setup to get for the end boss to reset a bit less on the last end boss, which is just another hog warrior, but with double HP. And this is really a strong cheetah, not... Okay, at least he beats us, so... Don't have to do some morphing on public places. We just game over here right away. Okay. Not going on new game, because then you lose that part. Okay, we're a bit stuck in this part, but this is how the game can be sometimes. If the RNG doesn't cooperate with you. Yeah. Cheetah again. Let's continue with some confusing uses. Again. No, the cheetah isn't hitting that often, but now we're hitting back.
Okay.
Just try to get this mashing a bit better, faster. To get through it. Okay.
Got him.
Now
Nice.
we should, okay, Flubber go out and beat at least half of him. Yeah, 1 hit, 2. Come on. 1 more. Yes. And now the cheetah. With his claws. So he does the rest. And we have... Okay. Gets close. That gets very close. Quite a line. Okay, wait. Lisa. Yeah, not a password. Now with the lion. Trying to acquire the elephant again. So yeah, everyone has a battle morph. Elephant is actually in start is with kicking here is the best attack for the elephant. And the elephant hit a lot at the start, but now it's getting better and the lion wins. We're still living. Very good. Okay, now we can continue. So we leave the circus now and run into some mole blocking our way, I think. But we still try to go in access. Oh. Did I replace? That's when the meshing comes in. The problem is with you're meshing the whole time, so sometimes in the menus you're just doing the wrong stuff again. And I overrode the mole morph with the dog, which can help us a bit more than keeping the mouse. The mouse isn't necessary, so I want to override the mouse. Okay. The problem is also that the order of the animal morphs in the menu change when you load a game new. But yeah, okay, we got a password here. So I'm just saying this. Okay, we're riding the mouse. Get into access room, and oh, now we only have to heal the lion, so some apples here can heal us. We give him the disc, and he says where the yerk pool is. So yerks have to leave their host every 3 days to fill up with Kandrona rays that they have from their home sun. So they have to go to some yerk pool where they go into, have to leave a host and refuel from these rays. So if you want to know if someone is a controller, just keep him stuck at some place, bind him or something, and just starve the yerk in his head to death if he has one. If something doesn't come out of his head after 3 days, then he was clean in the first place. That's how you do it. And another minigame with the mole. Yeah, very good idea to duck with the mole to the yerk pool. I think we don't have the book here on the couch where that happened.
Do you know which book it is?
Wasn't the best idea. No, don't have the number ready. There are quite a lot of stories. Very good with the stories from the start.
Could be one of the Japanese ones, we'd never know. Yeah,
I mean, Jim might.
he might.
So far I'm checked, they're pretty equal. They translated very good. I started reading them in German because I was a lot better in... Whoa, that's the hardest part in this minigame. That's just 2 obstacles right after. So yeah, read this in German to start. And we just started here. Very nice. Yeah, this auto-scrollers go so slow that sometimes situations appear where you can't dodge something, either going up or below it. So I'm also moving forward with every jump because the scrolling is so slow. And we're down in the Yerk pool. So in this game, this idea actually works that you can dig down with a mole morph. I think the actual story is like, yeah, we had a good idea with digging down to the Yerk pool, but a mole is very small, doesn't come very far, and he doesn't dig straight down. So we save here. And then we're in the Yerk pool.
What is a taxon?
A taxon is also an alien race which was which gave themselves to the Yerks as stormtroops. So unlike the Hogbarriers who were invaded, the taxons gave themselves freely. There are so also alien races used in battle, and is the right move here. The lion doesn't do much. The elephant has to be. So we saved right at the entrance where we came out with the mole. Might have to do this again if it doesn't work, but the elephant is doing a lot of damage. So yeah, Hawk Barrier another time, but it's a lot of stronger here as an end boss. And we beat second mission with Jake.
Nice.
So on to mission 3 with Marco. He got the water mission. A bit questionable, I don't know. And we get a red also to get to some place. And you always have to talk to people to progress the story, else you don't trigger some fights or can't go at some locations. So don't skip too much when you play this game. I think casually you won't skip too much because you don't have idea what to do actually without talking to people. So we talked to this guy. We want to get onto an island. For this we could get here a dolphin that can help us later to get a boat ride because the island is too far away to swim for us. This dog is blocking my way. I don't like this. So we can get this dolphin morph. We can get into this pool with a walrus morph, which is just outside of this building. But that takes a bit more time, and we just hope that the RNG of a dolphin is good enough that he comes to us. Doesn't move. Come on. Okay, nice dolphin. Dolphins are very nice morph. And we try to beat him. So water morphs can only be used in water and not fight on land with it. And we try to get out of this boat. What is this dog doing up here? It's really strange. Normally it's just at the entrance here. Okay.
The gatekeeper.
Closed up. So here's the walrus. You could also use, but acquire another morph. Can spend the extra time, but don't need him. So this guy has a boat for us. I think we were on a boat, but that wasn't active. So this, I actually got a wrong order. That's what I mean with don't skip too much. We have to talk to Tobias first. Tobias is always the guy to talk to everything and give us tips. So everyone is in the mall. And he said now that we should find some boat, I think. I think I read this text someone, but since you're barely mashing, I'm not sure about the details about the text. Okay, now he can give us the mission. He will bring us to the island if we bring him 10 pearls that are just offshore, and we get it in this minigame. So now we have to not survive, but also get 10 pearls. Each spread are out for this minigame a bit randomly, so going up and down to find everything. And yeah, dolphin also, which is actually, I think, book 4, where they first use the dolphin morph. And we use him also in fights later.
struggling to see book 4.
I think it should be twice fair.
Is there a German one?
It's a yeah, in German. Oh, I missed it.
There he is. Yeah. Oh, it's even got like
I'm actually sure if I have to repeat this now.
it's got like a cover, like a... Very nice.
Yeah, Cassie is on that book cover morphing into Dolphin. So every book is told from some different perspective. And it changes randomly. So we game over it because I didn't pick up this one pearl. Which I wasn't sure what happened right afterwards because that never happened before. I don't know. Minigame always seemed a bit easy for me, but well. Wait. Which part of the mission are we now? Just have to orient myself for a moment.
Did you save after talking to Tobias?
It doesn't look like it because nobody's fair anymore. I think we have to acquire the Dolphin again. I'm not saving very often because in this part you can't... There's no fight really, so only the minigame can screw you up. And this guy is out of the screen, but I can still not morph. I don't know, this detection is working strangely sometimes. Okay, now he's out. Far enough out. Sometimes we're even just on the screen still. Can see a few pixels and you can still not morph. And we have to wait for a Dolphin again. But it's a quick fight to acquire him. It looked like one at first. Yeah, see the difference in the fights that can happen for variants. Now we have to talk to the boys again. To progress the story. So Tobias was actually too long in a red-tailed hawk morph, and now he's red-tailed hawk for some time now. And we have to... Just trying to remember step one, time that stuff. And yeah, I have to get this boat again and into the mini game. And hope that I don't miss a pearl again.
Did you not save?
He trusts himself
Well,
this time.
I think I saved.
While you're collecting the orbs, we would like to thank ESA for supporting the event and for allowing us to stream on their channel.
So you're at 4 pearls now, right?
Or should we go with orbs? Yeah. Or also pearl-like. Yeah, just for that guy to bring us to the island. Maybe at this point it would be faster to just swim as a dolphin. But yeah, time limit and 2 hours. And Marco actually can't swim, so maybe a bit risky to demorph on open sea. And to morph back. Okay, now we got it, and the password. So we can go to this island. Give us a trip. Thanks for that. And this island is full of aliens and some animals. Try to touch them. So here you see the hawk warriors on the overworld and also the Texans here. And to continue this story we have to come down with cheetah. Just making sure the safe is fair. Because the dog is also not completely healthy. So we have just to beat this cheetah just for story reasons. We don't use him later. Not exactly sure how we even find out that have to calm him down. But I think we lose this fight, so we start back after the minigame. This time. And the dog will be full health. Just not working out. Here was this fight. And it's not really worth to get more animals just to beat a cheetah. This fight works most of the time. Obviously, here not.
Marathon luck.
Yeah. Okay. Dog to run a bit faster. Yeah. Island full of aliens. And some normal animals. So Yerks don't use normal animals as their hosts most of the time. There are some exceptions, but most animals are not controlled by Yerks, just the aliens. And we have to talk. We have to find the entrance to the base, which we have to trigger here for text box, else we can't enter the cave. Even though I know the entrance, and the entrance is right up here, behind the sharks. Now comes
really inconspicuous. Like,
yeah. Now we have to get the shark morph with a dolphin, and Marco fighting as a dolphin against a shark didn't end well. All of the stories, and it doesn't end well here. So that actually we have to win this, but the save is just right before that, so. We want the shark to beat the end boss a bit faster. Not faster, but a shark is a better option than a dolphin. Punching with the dolphin here. So. This time looks better. Don't want to lose too much health with the dolphin. Yeah. Now we are on open water and have to morph back into a water animal, which is now the shark. Blocking my way. Don't want to fight too many because I actually have the morph already. Oh, I want to go with it right, okay. New password. Get another morph, the squid. So that should be... has a lot of HP, but that goes down consistently. I was as winner. So we are in a secret underwater base of the Yerks, and... What? Be careful in the menu. Don't overwrite the wrong morph again. Okay, sure. And I have to destroy another signal, I think. Just secret door. Some triggers here. Got a disk of the processor. And here are some Lyrans, which are another alien species. Here only enemies. So Lyrans have telepathic abilities, which don't matter in this game. So they can hear the thoughts of other people, which makes them harder to invest by Yerks, because they can hear the thoughts of the other person and then know if some other Lyran of their species is infested. And I tried to heal my dolphin. Well, okay. It either works or it doesn't work. It didn't work. Well, we continue with the squid and the shark to the end boss. I think I have to, yeah. He's just on my morphing screen. So poor Lyrans, quite bad in combat. And we continue in the water base. Getting around some aliens. Get auto destruction and turned on, and now to the final fight of this mission. And as again, plus RNG. This time a Liran. This is the one that's not that helpful. But the shark is doing a good job here. Actually, a very good job. Seems like we don't even need a squid here. Oh, well done. Wait. I didn't trigger the end. What? What happened here? Why am I in a second fight? I'm actually confused by this. I just fight through this. But normally I should have gotten the end scene here. I'm not sure. I think it's the same fight. Is it? Okay, no chance to beat two of them. Wait, where am I? Why am I starting directly in a fight? Is he... I never restarted in a... Oh. Oh, I was fair in the water. That was my position. Strange things happening here. Okay, we are on our way back to the end boss. All the hawk here blocks our way this time earlier. And yeah, normally you would use Morph that would fit better in the environment, but here Walk can walk through the alien base. Okay. This should be the invite, and if this works, I just should move some pixels up, and then the mission should be ended. Shark is not doing such a good job this time, but almost. But for this we have two morphs. Why have we two fights? It's another fight.
You've never seen this before?
No, normally it's just one fight. I don't really understand that. Almost just one fight against the Liran, then you move up and you've done with a mission. So, I mean, he's invisible, so you can't see his position, doesn't disappear. Let's guess we go from a different angle here.
While Animorphs is being Animorphs, I'd like to point out that we are raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society, which is a nationwide organization committed to fight cancer while aiming for more cure and a high quality of life for those already battling the disease. all of your donations will go to the Dutch Cancer Society. And while you donate, you can actually put your donations toward certain incentives, like wearing a cute hat during Splatoon 2. We're only 31 euros away from meeting that one.
Come on, Mark.
The shark died quite quickly here.
Oh.
We didn't even win the first fight. I find it unfair that they have two fights all of a sudden. Liran is in the way. Yeah, that's... Things are run a bit down to a halt here. Let's see what happens if we just do this again. I mean... No, I just go around the corner directly to have not that long of a way. Okay, shark did half of damage. Squid hopefully doing the rest. Mashing through this.
Here we go.
Oh, that's close. That was very close. And we...
Second
There's
fight
a second
again.
fight. Actually, I have no real idea what this caused by. Oh, did I... Wait. But then it's... If that's the cause, then it's a bit strange behavior. Then I would have just... Okay. Might have actually... I think I did the auto-destruct the first time. I'm sure about that.
Oh dear.
Maybe I forgot it on the other attempts. Yeah, I have a later save now, so... maybe I forgot something before second or third attempt now. But... I have to recheck what is on the first attempt. Just okay, that's just bad luck. But I'm on a different main story now. I have a different save point now. So maybe that's why is the end boss then spawning twice? I would have fought the game at least with a strange behavior hack, then just doesn't spawn any end boss. If you make the stuff before that wrong. Which I might have done. But okay. So I hope that if we win this fight, then it continues as normal. Just that the fights now don't go our way. So the Lyrans have actually their own planet, which has a big alien Yerk invasion and open fire with Andalites, and Yerk's Lyrans live underwater. I mean, live on the water base. And thought it's actually this was a cool story of getting the Animorphs into that fight of Yerks and Andalites in an open fight of a planet. Because on the Earth it's quite different. I wanna dodge this, guys. And the Yerks do just an open attack because of the telepathic abilities of Lyrans. So we can't sneak into that world like on Earth. Normally they're quite easy to get rid of them. And just bite into their neck and get rid of that Yerk, but in this game you can't do that. Just have to select an attack and mash through it. Thanks. The fights are just not going right here. I might have fixed my earlier error. But the fights don't want to do work with me now.
This time for sure.
This time for sure.
Okay, good. Down of 100.
Get
Half.
them,
Very
get
good.
them. Let's go.
After-
Looking good, Jim.
Looks optimistic. Promising.
Okay.
Come on. Earth Shark. Leads
Easy,
the alien.
easy.
Okay.
And now we have
Hey, let's go.
So, yeah, sorry. It took a bit longer.
Brutal.
Was a combination of game and runner screwing up. Okay, with Rachel, we're on the way now. Rachel is always described as beauty, but also a warrior, which goes right into these fights. Did I check? I should get a text box if I didn't forget in the start. So, the Yerks have a club for sharing. Where they're kind of publicly organizing stuff together, but all members of his club are controllers. And we just visited one of their meetings. Got some additional information, also from Tobias. We have knowledge that there's a satellite that we have to destroy. For this, we have to go to the Arctis. To go into the Arctis, we have to board an alien ship. And that we do by doing some other stuff. Including getting the seagull. Because the seagull has access to the mountain. Because it's just right here on the sea. We don't have any water morphs here. And we go on this mountain. Because Tobias will soon tell us, or no, he did already tell us, but Rachel's morph, the morph of Rachel, the grizzly, is here. We get the grizzly morph. Hopefully dog does that for us. We're in this cave with the grizzly and the bat. The bat is probably just here so you don't get soft locked. And I need a seagull to get off this, because you can only fly off this mountain.
Why does the bird have to climb down the stairs?
Well, I don't want to remorph on the bottom.
But like, you can't just go down the mountain. You have to go down the stairs as a bird.
Yeah. Well, there are walls in between. It's just a collision.
Okay.
Yeah. Never question that. It's just like how that works. Okay. We can board this ship because the Yerks need some water and oxygen from Earth, so they resupply here. And we boarded it with a fish in this stuff, and we actually just ran away from this encounter because we went on the ship as a fish. We were a bit helpless. We had to remorph and trigger a fight. I don't want to trigger too many fights for. Okay, hold up. I need to land this ship now. Well, we are already from the ship. If that's done. Okay, we are in the Arctis. And now we get some wolf morph. Wolf is really the best morph for the end here. Can beat the end boss alone. If he's lucky. Happened to me a few times. Okay, I lost dog. Dog isn't that important in this mission. Just won the wolf. Okay, grizzly and wolf. And dodge this. We beat the wolf with the wolf because the wolf heals itself up when we beat the wolf. Our one. And beat an orca for the story because that little Inuit wants us to calm it down. Again, one of these animals that you have to calm down. And we want to get into the secret base here of the control center of the Yerks. And for this we need a seal. Wait, this one. So the seal is the mini game morph for this. Get for that. don't need a trout anymore. And we go back as the seal, because the seal can cross water and the ice. And now we heal up with some helpless Yerks as food. Wait, he hit my grizzly. Normally they're quite helpless. Okay, didn't kill completely up. So, just going back to this and healing more of it. And
So wait, what are Yerks? I thought Yerks were like the alien.
yeah, they are slug aliens. Look like slugs.
Oh,
and
they're what get in people's
they
heads.
they crawl in people's heads
Right.
and control their brains in that way. If they do, for humans, they do that through the ear. Most animals have closer entrance to the brain, so that doesn't work for them. So they have to control other stuff and to actually morph into a seal here. Else I can't enter this minigame of the trigger. I don't want to fight much with the seal. Seal, you shouldn't fight. Definitely shouldn't fight. Completely blown away. Okay, we're just fighting our way through here. Okay, now way's open. Team off at a safe spot and end of the minigame. So we are on the way to the control center of a satellite and we'll bring it down. And we also have another nice minigame. The ceiling is actually doing nothing to your damage, so it looks spiky, but it isn't. It's only the stuff at the bottom, and I can't explain you what this stuff is. Some objects just look
Alien
weird.
objects.
Alien objects, yeah. So just dodging this stuff. The moving stuff just spawns at different positions up, so you have to be aware where the stuff is to sometimes go under and over it. And also moving forward with the jump, because the scrolling is a bit slow. Just stay in movement. Just got used to that. Back, forward, back, forward. So that I never jump just still on one spot. It just ends too often into hitting an object. Okay. Got a safe password. Move into a wolf. Go right to destroying the satellite. Dodging some other hawk by ears. Another normal one. Okay. It's down. And the last hawk by ear. The end fight of the game. We saved at the start of this center, so... But it works good. Looks good. Looks promise. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Spoke too soon,
Oh. Superfood. And we beat end time.
Nice
So-
job.
We destroyed the Yerk plants. We saw Wizard 3 here in his form before that. Activate transmission. We called for Endolites to call for help. Yeah, hopefully they come. And they congratulate us. And yeah, the story isn't over. It's continued in a lot of books. So this was Animorphs, a game based on the very long book series that was published 20 years ago. So thanks to the author Catherine Applegate and Mike Grant, who wrote these books, brought it to us. Really liked this book series, really cool. We also see here the 5 Animorphs and the 6 Animorphs. I'm always 5, but actually 6. Venom is quite big. If you want to read this book series, there are a lot of podcasts that you can hear along to it, that also just read the books and talk about it. There are also articles, and there are a lot of people remembering these book series because it was so cool in the days. It's quite a find. And some people maybe know also the TV series, that I never big watched, but yeah, that's also out there. Also some other games, and maybe if Animorphs appear new in other form of media. Heard some rumors on Twitter from the co-author. But yeah, thanks for having us for this one, and have fun with the next games and more fun.
Thank you, Jim, without the last name for security reasons, for actually beating Animorphs and dealing with all the RNG that gets tossed around. We'll be setting up for our next run, which will be XCOM 2, any percent no save abuse heroes, run by Tricro. And while we're doing that, we'll be running a few ads, so please stay tuned.